Hello, welcome to my science experiment. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a density column. And so the materials you're going to need for today is water, corn syrup, olive oil, Dawn dish soap, rubbing alcohol, cups, measuring tools, and food coloring is optional if you want to use that. So let's get into it. So this is kind of how you're going to prepare for your density column. So as you can see, you have a cup for each substance. And so you're going to measure out half a cup for each, and afterwards, if you want to add food coloring to the water, corn syrup, or rubbing alcohol, you can, just to kind of see a more distinctive line between each of the substances. So yeah, let's get into that. Okay, so once you have all your substances and you add the food coloring if you want to, you're going to start adding them into your glass or jar. So the first one you're going to add will be the corn syrup. When pouring the corn syrup, make sure that you just pour it into the middle and it doesn't touch the sides of the glass as it's going in. So make sure to pour it slowly and evenly. After you finish adding the corn syrup, you're going to add your dish soap, and once again, you're going to make sure that you pour it evenly into the center and you don't touch the sides with it. After you're finished with your dish soap, then you're going to pour in your water. For the rest of the substances, it doesn't really matter if it touches the glass, like the sides of the glass when you're pouring it in, but still be careful to avoid making a mess with it. So after your water, you're going to add your rubbing alcohol. So after you add your rubbing alcohol, the final thing to add is your olive oil. So this is what your density column should look like after you add all your materials. I know it's kind of hard to see the distinction between the water and the rubbing alcohol, but if you add a light, you can see some of that purple and then into the red. So the question is, how exactly does this density column work? So when you look at the chemical formula for density equals mass over volume. So each of the substances we used had a different density. And that's why each of them remained distinctive from each other. They didn't mix. So liquids with higher densities, so more mass per volume, sunk to the bottom, so that's like your corn syrup and your dish soap. And then liquids with smaller densities, like the rubbing alcohol, remained higher to the top. So basically what a density column is used for is to determine like densities in comparison with one another, and it's really popular especially with like oil and water, and even like if you shake it, the substances will remain the same. Like the oil will still be on top and the water on the bottom because their densities don't change. So therefore they'd still be in the same spot.